Was on, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ross, I like games, and today we have got some rather exciting news about Keyforge and some of the tournaments they're going to be running. Now, some of you lucky ladies and gentlemen have probably been taking part in pre-launch events and launch parties. Now, upsettingly for me on a personal level, I've not been able to go to any of these, which is super annoying. There just haven't been any around here. So people have been getting some cool swag like a Keyforge lanyard and pins for houses and all of that. And I've not been able to get these because there's not been any launch events. If there were a launch event, I would go to the launch event. There hasn't been any launch events, which is kind of upsetting, unfortunately. Hopefully, in the not too distant future. But, you know, you can't win them all. The good news is, good for some of you, a new series of tournaments has been announced, and these are pods. I know, right? They're actually called Tiny Pods of Discovery. Now, that is basically referring to the fact that we are in the dawn of discovery, the first age of Keyforge organised play. That is to get you used to the organised play, get used to the game. It is a brand new game after all, and then presumably we're going to get more ages as we go on through with new rules and all of that malarkey. Now, there are two potential formats we've got at the moment, those being Sealed and Archon. Archon is just find your favourite deck, rock up, play with your favourite deck. Sealed, as the name might suggest, you turn up, you buy a deck. The deck is, wait for it, sealed, and then you open the deck and you're like, oh, this is a deck I've got to choose. Now, I have heard rumblings that some sealed tournaments might be you buy more than one deck and then you essentially make your choice from those decks. But anecdotally, what I've been hearing is Sealed is generally rock up, buy a deck, off you go. So what are these tiny pods of discovery? Well, discovery pods, really, I think they're calling them. They are 3-round Swiss tournaments for groups of 8 players. Swiss tournaments, for those of you unfamiliar to card games, or other kinds of games that use a similar system, mean that you play somebody with the same record as yourself. So initially, anyone can play anyone. Then after round 1, in theory, you've got 4 winners who are on 1-0 and 4 losers who are on 0-4, and you play people with the same record as yourselves. And then if you're 2-0, you play another 2-0. If you're 1-1, you play a 1-1, etc. All the way up, in theory, to 2-0s fighting for the winnings in a final 3rd round showdown. I know, right? Sounds like fun. Now, they do say that in a pinch they can be run for 4 players as a round-robin event. That is, there are 4 people, everybody plays 3 rounds, 1 against each of the people. Sounds like fun. And you get shot to get a range of fun prizes, including Ember tokens and active house cards that double as chain trackers. At this stage, I want to point out that Snufflegator is on the Untamed house card, and oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I want that Snufflegator house card so badly. Now, you might be thinking, well, hang on a second, Wossy, where are these discovery pods going to be run? Well, they are going to be run at a series of conventions, and if you live in the US, brilliant. If you don't, gutted in your face. So, in the United States at the moment, we've got November the 30th to December the 2nd, PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia. January the 18th to 20th, PAX South in Austin, Texas. January the 26th to 27th in Phoenix. March the 14th to 17th, Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle. March the 22nd to the 24th, Chicago, Illinois. And March the 22nd to the 31st, Adepticon in Schaumburg. If you're outside of the US, don't worry. In February, there's going to be one in Toronto. Woo. The good news, of course, this is a provisional list. This is not the final list. This is not everything that we're going to see. More of these are going to be announced and put on as we go through. So expect to see more tournaments announced, more conventions added to the list. Hopefully some in Europe, hopefully one in the UK. Because I would travel to London, Birmingham, wherever I need to, as long as I could, of course, to take part in some of these events. They sound awesome. And of course, because they're taking part at conventions, you get the opportunity to do other cool stuff as well. So, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Discovery pods are coming. They sound like fun. They're only at a few conventions at the moment, but they do suggest, and I would suggest this as well, following on Twitter at FFGOP. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that's Fantasy Flight Games Organized Play. Seems sensible. And then they will give you information about new ones. So Discovery pods are coming. They sound like fun. I've already missed out on release tournaments because nowhere near me was doing them. I hope I get a chance for this. Ladies and gentlemen, over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section. Tell me if you're going to be able to make any of these and which ones you're going to. And tell me if there's a convention near you that you think they should go to. Go nuts, but please do remember the most important rule of all. Be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy for my ramblings about Keyforge and other fun games. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.